Okay. So with that, we're going to go into round 2 of our quick fire.
I'm
But before we
ready.
do that, just a reminder that, we'll be sending out Nina's resources. That's going to include any videos or reading material that she has found useful on her journey. We will send that out afterwards. Okay, cool. Good to go?
Yep, ready.
All right. I like to do my dance before we do the thing. So PC or Mac?
Oh, see, had you asked me a few years ago, I'd have said Mac, but now I'm PC.
Oh my gosh, why?
I'm just used to it now. Mac just feels too convenient.
Oh, too convenient.
I know.
Okay. I'm going to get that on a t-shirt too. Very nice. Okay, cool. Very interesting. Visual Studio Code or Jupyter Notebooks?
Visual Studio Code.
Okay, I did not
I
see
just
that
like that
coming.
I can do everything in one place. Although
Okay,
there's some packages that are quite fiddly, so I do often go back to Jupyter Notebook when I can.
cool. Okay, very interesting. Are you a mouse pad or a trackpad person?
Mouse pad. It's just easier.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think it's the proximity of the wrist to the machine.
Oh yes.
What is the best book that you have read recently?
Mm, I started listening to, so I tend to listen to audiobooks more.
Yes, that
The
counts
Black
too.
Swan by Nicholas. I think it's Nicholas Talib. But yeah, it's really interesting. I think just hearing his philosophies and what his thoughts are, pretty cool.
Oh,
I'd
very
recommend
nice.
it.
Is it very different to the movie? Is it based on the movie? I mean, the book.
I don't know.
Movie is based on the book.
Oh no, I think this is more from an understanding of how certain uncertainty is measured currently and how the impact that has across our lives. So things like
Ah,
predicting
okay.
the, I don't know, stock market when you don't really foresee certain events happening and how people behave with those numbers. I think, yeah, it's really interesting for anyone who's into data. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yes, I was going to say, how very analytical of you.
I have to say, ever since I started working as an analyst, I've read far fewer novels, and I now just focus on like nonfiction, which I
Right.
need to switch over. So my creative brain is kind of starved at the moment.
Sure, sure. Okay, well that's okay. It's still very interesting. I think something with data analysis is it can be quite creative as well,
Yeah,
and very highly interesting, especially when you're looking at a particularly interesting problem or interesting data set. So I wouldn't worry too much
absolutely.
about that. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Are you a music while working person? Yes or no?
No, I will listen to like white noise or I'll listen to like background noise, but I'm not much of a because I get distracted with the lyrics and I end up sort of singing along or getting lost in my own thoughts. So I try not to have music.
Yes, yes. One thing I like working from home is no one's here to hear me sing. So that's cool. Okay, nice. And then this one you may have answered for me, these next two. But if you had to choose Excel or SQL?
Oh, I think SQL. It's just so much easier to think in SQL terms, but there is something about Excel that's just really quick to do and really quick to get some numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Tough call. I find SQL gives you much more control, but I've
Yeah,
seen people do the most magnificent things in Excel that I just never would be able to reproduce myself. It's actually a really good tool,
it is.
very
I,
underrated.
especially when you go into the macros and the VBA side, that suddenly
Yes.
you're just like, oh, you can do that?
Yeah, exactly. It's quite cool. Yeah, awesome. And then I probably know the answer to this one: Tableau or Google Data Studio.
Oh, Google Data Studio. Um,
Yes.
I just like free, convenient, and easy to use stuff.
Yeah. No, cool. Very nice. So we spoke about what you like to cook, but if you don't feel like cooking, what is your favorite thing to take away?
Sushi. I really like fish. So for me, sushi is like a big win. And for days that I feel like having a little bit of junk food, pizza.
Yeah, solid. Pizza's always good. Um, in terms of job ads. We spoke a little bit about them earlier.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest requirement you've ever seen on a job application?
Oh God, nothing comes to mind, which I'm glad because hopefully most of the data analytics jobs have been okay. Yeah, nothing jumps to mind.
No, no, that's good. That's good. It's always interesting in a broad role like this
mm,
what people try and put into those roles. So I'm glad that you haven't had to deal with really strange things. And the last one is, what is the best advice that you have received,
the best advice.
either in terms of life or
Question.
work or anything?
I think generally, a lot of people tend to say, follow your passion. And I've also had the opposite, which is like, oh, actually, no, that's not really helpful because some people follow their passions and not really have anything come out of it. But for me, I think if you have an interest and you follow that, you're often more motivated to work in that on it and to work in that area. And you're a little bit more intrigued. You want to learn more. So it just pushes you. So it becomes less about the work itself and more about the process.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say following your interests and of course working hard, but following your interests that kind of just lends itself really well if you're doing something that you enjoy.
Okay. Cool. Very nice. Thank you so much. And you can relax. That's it.